me Satoshi's kin. Stacking sats, yeah, I'm cashing in. Traded up, so clean from the dip to the peak. While it's flexing, hear the blockchain speak. Gas fees high, don't sweat, I still pay the price. Ruggles drown me, but I roll the dice. Auto tight, real dip, moon's my only scene. Crypto funk's the king, I'm the trading queen. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Don't believe me. Runs coming, better move real. I'm too high, hot coin. Flip the dime to a stack. Whales can't stop me, got that miner's knack. Shit's on fire, so lit. Green lines all night. Almost kicking, yeah, I'm feeling right. Move, move, smooth moves. Circle through the dips I glide. Crypto funk's my jam, take it worldwide. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Before I log off X tonight, gotta stake my ether right. Say my name, you know my game. Crypto funk's my claim to fame. From the block to the chain I rise. Moonshot gleam in my eyes. Call it out, east, west, north, south. Crypto funk's what it's all about. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, hey, Crypto funk the moon is fast. Crypto funk to make it last. Crypto funk to stack that cash. Don't believe me, just watch. Crypto funk, moving fast. Crypto funk, make it last. Crypto funk, stack that cash. Don't believe me, just watch.
Stacking sets, I'm on the chase. Blockchains revving up my pace. Candle spike, I feel the thrill. Bitcoin's got my heart to spill. Oh, oh, moon's in reach. Oh, oh, feel the beat. Oh, oh, bulls
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for
pump it hot, it's me. Pump it,
the ringing of the cowbell?
Pump it, hit the moon. Pump it, oh.
Thank you.
Pump it, zoom, zoom, zoom. Pump it, the Bitcoin. Pump it, ride the groove. Pump it, oh. Pump it, zoom, zoom, zoom. Moonrise, I'm lifting you. Hands bold, my fire's true. You, BTC, it's my spark. Pump like the dark. Woo! Pump it, the Bitcoin. Pump it, hit the moon. Pump it, oh. Pump it, zoom, zoom, zoom. Woo! Pump it, the Bitcoin. Pump it, ride the boom. Pump it, oh. Pump it, zoom, zoom, zoom. Pump it, the Bitcoin. Pump it, fast and free. Pump it, oh. Pump it, victory. Pump it, zoom, zoom, zoom. Pump it, the Bitcoin. Pump it.
Casties, 1, 2, 1, 2. They're both right here.
Pump it, zoom, zoom, zoom.
Oh, you mean testicles? I get it now. I didn't understand it at first. I saw you were. I got it now. I get it. That was funny, son.
You suck, Habib.
That's an American thing. You suck. It's like love. Instead of love, it's suck. I suck you, Sean.
Oh hell no! You better quit. No, that's not how that works. That's not how that's not how that phrase works.
It made logical sense, though.
Don't. No. Shh. Turn your mic off. Turn the mic off.
Chasing moons with a sideways glance. Dips hit low.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for the turkey.
While it swings, but I'm still serene.
This microphone has just started working. Alrighty.
Foremost pole got me on a string. I've got trade fever around, I sway.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I should say thank you very much.
This studio is just off the chain. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. Glad to have you here with me tonight as we take a look at Bitcoin on this tiny, whiny, tinny, weeny, little bitty time frame, the 6 minute, which went up and then came right back down because that's what price action likes to do. It likes to go. It likes to get you over here and go, oh my God, it's going on. This is it, Helen. It's going to the moon this time. I really think it's going to do it. And here we are right back down where we started. That's crypto. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Thursday night as we're heading into, well, obviously Friday. That's what usually comes after Thursday. It usually doesn't ever go the other way, does it? When you think about it. So Friday's coming, and that's when the market makers like to have their fun with us, you know, setting us up for the weekend, get us all excited, and we're kind of still back where we were, I think. Were we here, just here? Last weekend around, I don't know, this time or something crazy. Was it last weekend? Gosh darn it. Tell me, what did happen? No, we actually did good. Right. Oh, we were back here. Brother, we did good. Here we are at these resistance areas and wondering, hey man, what's going to happen here, dude? I've been trying to short a little bit. It's not been all that great because it takes a lot of patience if you're trying to work a short from here, which is the place to do it, at a resistance area. It's just hard to do it without the conviction. And then there's that little voice in you. We're ready for Bitcoin to go up, go to the moon. It's happening. We could even come up. I got a target at 96,460. That could happen. I would expect a pullback until then. I'm just saying I would. Doesn't mean it's going to happen at all. So I no telling what Bitcoin's going to do. But there's some bearish things to look at here too that suggest, even here on the 1 hour, that hey man, we might need to break this trend line here and come down and talk this 21 moving average or the 50 moving average. Either that or prices just got to really shoot up and make them chase the price. It's kind of one of those kind of things. It would make sense that we would come back down here. Now, don't let that little red line I have scare you. I mean, we need to look at this. Look at it from this perspective, Helen. If you had a breakout, you know, there's definitely a rule of thumb that says price usually comes back to the scene of the crime right where it broke out. It usually does a lot of times. That's also something to look at there. That'd be about 50% of this move, a little bit higher, to tell you the honest truth. What about that trend line you got drawn there? It looks a little different on this time frame. Let's zoom out. Let's take a look at that trend line right there. You know, I think we already broke it. I just give it a little bit of wiggle room right there. So, which is it? By the rules we were following before. Come here, bottom of candles. Taking it to our next candle bodies. I mean, we technically did break that. That could be making this an internal trend line. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. We could do something like this and like, talk about when it breaks the trend line. It can set us up to be coming up here and then before we come down. But we can also extend this trend line and kind of follow it on a secondary term if we like. I sometimes like to jump up to the next bottom when I do that. I don't trust this one near as much, so any breaks of it do get my attention. But so far, it looks like we're just going to keep on trying to book on our way up to a higher high here. Now, if I was a gambling man, a guessing man, or just a Fibonacci man, neither one of those, I'll let you guess which. Oh, what hell happens to my... What? Hey, man, we're going to fight. Somebody's been playing with my Fibonacci, and that's just not right. You're saved, right? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Been having computer glitches. If I wanted to look at some nice juicy targets for this one. I'm really kind of liking this area about 95. With a slight chance, well, the easiest target that we could possibly get up to, in my personal opinion, is a little bit of a higher high from where we had now. We want to tease fate and say, hey, how high can you go, Bitcoin, before we start dumping or take a little bit more of a moderate pullback along these areas of resistance that we're in. If we do want to continue on our wayward son higher and higher, oh man, I didn't color code it. You suck, man. Let me come over here and color code this so I can remember these little guys. Yay! Boom. All right, there we go. So 94.8, that's a reasonable target to shoot for if we do continue on this upward trajectory. What I do like about it, even on the smaller time frames, is that our let me move, can you move your, I got too much, you got too many lines here, mister. You got to go somewhere. Clean it up, dog, you suck. All right, so... This is what professional traders call the eyeballs of Horus. This is a one-eyed cyclops with two eyes and eyelashes. No, we just like to make things up here on YouTube. Apparently, that helps the algorithm. Look, that was ingenious, though, wasn't it? Or is it the lips of destiny? Ooh, I like that. I like the lips of destiny. Do we have lips? These got lips. I like the get the pucker lips. Boom. The lips of destiny right here. Okay, the bull crap is very thick right now, but hey, it helps the algorithm. 13 people hanging out with me because the rest of the people said, screw this, what the hell's going on with the road dog? All right, so 2 hour, we got this is a nice bullish cross here. If I can draw, that's supposed to be my brush, man. You're supposed to be my brush. The 9 crossing, I give up. The 9 crossing the 21, the green line crossing the red line. 9 moving averages crossing the 21. There are other moving averages that you can use. It's about having a small one and a smaller one and seeing how those things kind of interact with each other. Sometimes it's kind of cute and it's kind of fun. How they react with the medium-sized ones and how they react with the old big ones. So we just throw them all in there and see who comes out. Anyway, the pecking order, not to be talking about things such as that nature. Here, this night, 9 over the 21, and that's a bullish cross, people, here on the 2 hour. That's pretty good. I think the motivation for price to continue onwards is there somewhat. It looks like we're trying to come back and test that, make sure that that's real. Well, let's join into the party here on the smaller time frames and see what's happening here. Man, look at that on the 15-minute, got our golden cross right there. It means they sell, give mortgage the kids. Don't mortgage the kids. That could, in this day and age, that could no. That would be no. Good Lord. I'm trying to count how many humps and then a dump, but if we go by actual touches that I might actually have against this trend line, then so far that would be 2. Could we get one more humpty hump before we dump? I'm curious to wonder. Still, it does seem like this little area up here, this little magical Fibonacci line that we put out there and nailed it, does seem to be holding kind of strong, doesn't it? As we lean into Friday. I think tomorrow they'll try to make us bullish, but I don't know what we're going to do on the weekend, just to be honest with you. The whole market is kind of, you could go either way really right now with sentiment about how it feels. A lot of people were just kind of scared and nervous, and other people were feeling this is the moment of opportunity. And I think it is a good moment of opportunity, especially if you could pace yourself a little bit. That would be probably the most moderate, wise way to do it, rather than I'm going all in today, baby. That's the kind of attitude that you don't want to have over here in crypto or investing, in my personal opinion. But these altcoins, I don't know about you, but them suckers are starting to look a little sexy, ain't they? Look at Swee. Look at Swee right now. It went so wee from $2 up to $3.39. That's pretty impressive. That's way impressive. This one stacks 8. It's almost 90 cents now. Jupiter's trying to make some ground up there, and we'll take a look at Ondo. Is that how you guys like Ondo? Take a look at Ondo real quickly. I meant to go to total 3, but I found myself here on Ondo. 96 cents right now. Where it peaked, this is on the 15-minute chart, at $1.04. Let's zoom out a little bit. We got a ribbon flipping going on here. Where'd you go to? You 414'd us. Boom. I'm gonna mark that. Where we had our fib pull. Trying to figure if we did that. All right, let's take a look. Got a nice little bottoming structure going on forming there. Can you guess what it is? If you've been in this game in trading for a little while, I'm sure a lot of people can see that one. The bigger picture points out this guy, and this is just the bottoming of that. Very channel-esque. No way, man, it was a falling wedge the whole time, dude. You suck. So there's lots of different ways that you can get that. The main important thing is breaking of this trend line. And dude, you totally missed that inverted head and shoulders. You suck. You got all these ideas and they're all valid. So that's the beauty of pattern trading. You don't have to find the exact one or the perfect one. You just got to have simple rules, man. You realize there might be some in there. You say zoom out, then zoom in, and I don't think you can miss it. I don't think you can miss the idea. Just taking this in some measure moves here on Ondo. Gives us some measure move targets. $1.53 for the channel idea. Inverted head and shoulders, which that one qualifies. She's confirmed. And remember, they always have a good chance to come back to that neckline too. Don't forget that. Nobody else talks about that. If you miss the opportunity, it gives you a chance to get back in, because it happens a lot. And it's also a good reminder to take some profits along that way up too, just so you won't feel like you're suckered in, like, oh man, this went up and then it came all the way back down. This one sucks. Might be catch you at the wrong time. So we're trying to turn this into a measure move, but it's not cooperating with me. How dare you, man? What's up with you? It must be the boomer in me. There we go. Template to measure move. So $1.25 out of Ondo. It sounds crazy right now, but you know, when you look at these bigger moving hours, I happen to be on the 12-hour. Don't know why, but I happen to be here, so I'm going to read it. 800, 600, 300 moving average. Those are the big boys, right? They bullish. They in the bullish formation. They never lost it. They were like, we good, baby. We're strong. For us to go back up to these areas or even flip-flop above them, that's totally doable on the table and kind of likely since we've been down here. So all the other little moving averages got bunched up together, had a little party, got things twisted around, started climbing over each other in a proper order, and now they're getting themselves in order. Like Mary Poppins just came to town and straightened them up. Put your feet above your head, or put your head above your feet. Let's go. 9 above the 21. The 50's starting to tag along, you know, and now we're starting to line up. So there's some nice things. Now this will be zigzagging in the process, but it looks like for, what is it, 12-hour? Looks like this might be a kind of interesting weekend. I don't know how authentic that the price action will be, but it looks like we could find some little ups and downs and kind of hit these guys, in my personal opinion. Just by the momentum I'm seeing there on the snap. What else you got going on here? You had a green dot. That's been a few candles ago, but that's still good. The momentum looks like it's here so far going into the weekend. We'll see how that plays as we go into Friday night and especially Saturday night. That's the one that where a lot of the games, when they start playing those little games there. Ondo, go figure. She was down to 70 cents. Nobody want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it very much. I don't like it. But anyway, I think I got too many coins, but doesn't mean that I ain't trying to play it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me check you guys out. How you guys doing tonight? 17 people hanging out with me here. Strega, Roguelite, Hulin, Asakutano, Boy PC Guy, Floki's Angels. How's it going, Floki's Angels? My buttons are not working. Why is that? Well, that's crazy. That should totally work, dude. Okay. Hey. Freaking thing. Okay. Are you working now? Not working now. Okay. Well, sometimes equipment works and sometimes for some reason it does not. How's it going, everybody? Glittering Marshmallow just finished class. We did have a chart school earlier tonight, about 8 o'clock. The Dusty Hunt, what's up? Hulin, what do you say? Road Dog, can you please give out your tricks and tips on reading the Ichimoku cloud? I probably butchered the spelling. No, I don't do the whole full cloud. I take out all the little lines because I got moving averages, and as you can see, my charts get kind of busy as they are on my own. I don't need help with it. The easiest thing, it helps you figure out which side of the of the trend are you on, bullish or bearish. And right now, being above the green over here, we just crossed. And this is generally what it looks like when you're bearish, you're below the red and everything. And the good thing is, the closer you come to getting into the red, the closer you are to being, you know, it'll suck you in and spit you out the other side. So we always explain it. And that finally happened here, but there were obviously some fake outs. Something about like this, you'll get about, and then you hope you get above a little sliver of green. This is a good example where we can do it. That looked promising. This is what you normally see. This is what you normally hope for. Something that like this, where you're going out of the red, and then you're starting to ride above a green cloud. Looks better over here. This is ideally what you want to see. And that's the overall things. But when it gets below, you know that you're in bearish territory, and you gotta, you know, don't get too excited when you see a flag that's going to be going to the upside. You know, this thing's telling you, hey man, things are a little bit more bearish right now. And I just couple those things and the thickness and how close we are to the cloud. That's basically all it is. All the cloud is really just a shadows price action with a few little, average tweaks or something here or there. I forgot the exact formula for it, but it's 26 candles of price action. It's just price action just forwarded 26 candles ahead. That's really all it is. And when they start touching, like most things, well, that's a warning signal. I don't know. That's kind of it in a nutshell. Technically, with the Ichimoku Cloud structure, I used to have a bot that was actually focused on Ichimoku Cloud, had an Ichimoku Cloud setting. And then the guy who invented the bot had his proprietary thing, which was supposed to have been partially based on Ichimoku Cloud theory and everything, but it was, supposed to be a really solid returning selection you can get, choice, selling feature of that bot. But this has been what, 1-2 cycles ago? My goodness, it's been a while back. They probably got AI and all that stuff now. I needed to go check it out. Let's come to the chat. See where I keep meaning to do that. MG Motorsport says the fib pull was a scary moment. Uh-oh. Melis Williams, hey, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Poor PC guy says, me, I want to degen crap tokens. Road Dog stream title, practice safe trading. I think it's a sign. Well, a lot of the memes are moving. Then some of them are kind of tanking. Like Maneki, I think is tanking right now. Jupiter seems to be moving, and that's a good thing. Probably a lot of meme coin trading going on over there. Oh crap! I can't read that. Oh, we're in the. Maybe we can zoom down. Jeez, going right through these zones here. Okay, I guess we. That's noisy. Let's take off some of this stuff. Whatever. Those guys got touched. We don't need you anymore. Don't need you no more. Trend9. Don't really need you anymore. So she's flirting with getting out of our little channel idea, which was just made off of the angles, basically from here and those few touches. It's got some wiggle room here. We can take this line right to the top of these, right over here. Technically, that should be our channel from this high to that low. And now she's starting to get up there and test those areas. So Jupiter actually, what is that, about 50? I don't see her quite getting up here to our Fibonacci target just quite yet. I think maybe she will over the weekend or something. There's also, let me get rid of you. You're kind of distracting. One thing that I do take into account, just trend line theory, I guess you would say. I do take into account. No, like we had added line over there. The angles, and then the gaps between those angles. Those are wide open possibilities, and those are wherever price might meet these angles too, because it respects them. It does. So I look for things like that. It's voodoo, you say? It's chicken voodoo. It's a little chicken voodoo. We're throwing the chicken bones out there, but by golly, them chicken bones do some stuff. So the horizontal areas, I mean, a lot of the people are checking out this guy. Horizontal support area, flip, and the SR flip area. And it's really kind of a zone between here and here. And we at one of those areas right now. Your results may vary depending on what time frame that you're reviewing this on, depending on candle bodies and candle closes. Some of them will look prettier than others, is what I'm saying. Oh, there's that song. This one is cool until it gets crazy at the end. But Jupiter's looking interesting. So is this little coin. We haven't talked about this one in a while. This is Fwog. How much did you die for? Never. Those are still valid, I believe. Fwog. Good old Fwog. is like 4 cents right now. Woo, baby. Well, this one kind of sucked to be in for a while. I need a fresh look on that. That one sucked. So she hadn't got momentum. Those targets are still valid. Those are fib lines. But we ain't nowhere close to being back up there. About 9-10 cents. Let's see what we got. We'll just kind of let's take her temperature. Oh, you trying to work on something? She come back and test this 4.1 cent area, not too far from where she is now. Well, that's nice. She's got these scallop patterns, and a lot of times, sometimes you'll see them, they'll come in threes and maybe 3 rising valleys. That's a pattern. I'm sure, and then you'll have people saying, "Oh, it's a head and shot," and then you got, I don't know, any stuff. Anyway, what goes up comes down, and also retests these areas to make sure that this is a nice solid footing for future price action. So she could come down a little bit, but FWOG still in a kind of a nice little area to look at. If she wants to come up to 11 cents, something like that. And I'm not trying to say, "Hey, buy FWOG." I don't even think I have any FWOG. That's 151% gains. As a meme coin, I just noticed that's one that's been jumping today. Some of the other things have been popping today. INJ's been doing pretty good lately, if you haven't noticed. INJ bouncing off these areas is 750 and rising now to 10. I thought 7.5 was pretty good. Now they're whipping out a big tenner on me. What am I supposed to do now? Helen, don't look. Don't look. You're going to ruin them. You're going to ruin INJ for all of us. Put that thing up, mister. All right. That's a sneaky. Anyway, I'm over here playing with angles. Apparently, we're playing with angles tonight. Are you tired of pulling out your fib? I never get tired of pulling out my fib, mister. It's just, if we're on an upward trend, we could get some short-term targets out of this little guy, like $11.77. That would be a nice one to hit there. Let's go with you. And 1246 to make our nice little higher high areas if we want to boogie our way up there. Let me put you on there. But she's currently at this 786 area, so a Fibonacci strategy or standards, I guess you would say. That's the typical area that and they could be here too, that we get rejected and we kind of do some kind of sideways kind of thing. Now, maybe this trend line will hold. In most cases, they usually do. Or maybe there's some kind of weird-ass reason that we got to come down and get on some kind of new trajectory, which that's not really the most bullish sign. The most bullish thing is for this to hold if we come back and then try to get one more hump back and hump back. I just said hump back. One more pump to come back up here and then, kind of break in, do our little retracements. Our little corrections. And if you've been working on your pineal glands, have you guys been pumping them pineal glands with lemon water and all that stuff? You might have the ability to see a big shoulder and this big fat head and this other right shoulder right here forming or something similar to that. I'm just playing with you. But you could even be making something like that, even depending on how high that goes up to what it looks like. If we're trying to turn around, we look for bottom patterns, and we already had this little tiny one down here, which has just got the whole ball rolling, that little W. Most of the time you'll see a lot of times you'll see them W's rather than a V shape. Although a V shape could make a bigger W. Those are kind of fun too. Just ideas to think about. INJ looks like she could be headed up to some cool little areas. Let me come to the chat, see what you guys are talking about. Oh my gosh, is it the taco song again? I like tacos, but that song gets crazy at the end. I don't know why. Or PC guy says it feels like when I want to FOMO on these meme coins, it's time to put in some shorts. I'm wondering because that's what a lot of even. I mean, I'm looking. I mean, that's part of some of my plans. But what I'm seeing, those things like Swee. Come here, Swee. Swee, where are you? Swee, I'm home. There you are. So Swee's getting a little bit more ballsy than even I anticipated, and she's starting to come up to the extent of the targets that I was kind of looking for, and I'm like, huh. How far? Clear you out. Well, I was the juicy buy zone. Juicy buy zone around 220 to 230. So what we got? Okay, so anybody that's trying to short this, or your shorts are kind of shot. I got spot margin, and I'm good because I still got sell orders going up there, and can add some more. And then when she snaps back to reason, can settle up there. I want to follow some trend lines right here. Look at that show. Oh my gosh. Look at this trend line. That's the important thing. And we broke it, and now we can go somewhere. If I had to just connect dots, I would still see something like this, or something like this that did what they call a partial decline. Although that's very slanted for a partial decline. So moving averages, we're testing the 800, and those 800, 600, and 300 way down here. So is the 200, and most of the ones that we normally hang around with and play with and fight with to play, to get above or below. Still around $2.30. So this, although it's got some volume and everything, at some point we're going to get rejected here, and then we're going to kind of come back to these areas. It may be a slow burn back, because sometimes it can be kind of, it was, it took it a, there was still hope all these ways that maybe they're working on something big, right? This is a nice place to be taking profits, I believe. She's not going to go straight up forever, that's for sure. We can look at her strength here and get a few little targets that she might be wanting to try to tap. 0.5 Fibonacci is always a golden one to go with. 354. And then a little shy of $4 right here at 397. Highly doubtful that she will shoot up straight past there. My best guess is somewhere right here. Now 0.5 Fibonacci, about 350, that she should really start petering out right through there. And maybe we'll see some signs of some distribution. Maybe she'll, I doubt she goes sideways. There should be a retest here, in my personal opinion. With the moving averages down here, there should be a retest back to these areas. So if you feel like you missed out on this, I'm trying to say, if you feel like you missed out on Swee, I think you'll have another chance to get back in somewhere at 260 in that area, 255 maybe if we get lucky through there. It's just not over yet, darling, not over yet. The fat lady's not sung. But for you guys trying to take profit, you might be able to squeeze out just a little, there might be a little bit more coming. Maybe. Let me consult the wizard.
Take a stand. Play it smart.
Oh wizard, where is those freaking price labels? Here is the price labels you seek, my friend. 355, thus says the wizard, thus says it be. 354, 355 area should be the nice little place we can push up to. So if that argument be true, if this turkey knows what he's talking about, which I'm just saying what I just kind of think I see, what does that mean for this weekend? If that's as high as we can get this weekend, maybe the volume is going to start dying out this weekend. Maybe we do it Friday. Are you going to dump us on the weekend? We never did look at total 3. How dare us make any predictions without looking at total 3? She actually looks kind of juicy over here. I'm just saying. While Bitcoin dominance still can't figure out where it wants to go in life. Are you woke? Are you doesn't understand exactly where she's headed, what side of the fence she wants to play on. Bitcoin dominance. It was headed down, and then it started heading back up again. You know, some things just kind of keep arriving. It's like, oh, well, that must be that looks bullish. Ding, bullish. Anyway, but now she can't figure out if she comes down. Then altcoins have a good chance of going up over this weekend. Could be interesting. I do like the fact that I'm looking over here at tech stocks. Man, they're actually recovering better. I thought they might play here for a little minute. They said, hell no, we're ready to recover. They're back above my trend line there. This looks bullish AF to me. We can recover. What is that? 54. We're at 54 now. They kind of like this. Looks like tomorrow will be a nice little day for SPX anyway. Looks like they'll have a strong close on the Friday. I might give them some hope. They'll have a candle open and all that stuff above there, and that'll be a green light for them, which might help us as far as Bitcoin goes. So I don't know if Bitcoin dominance is going to start taking off there. Maybe we'll get some altcoin movement over here. Altcoins are looking kind of juicy right now. Nice little setups out there. Do we take a look at STX? So we're slowly coming up onto our measured move there, 95 cents. Nice. Up there at the devil's moving average right there in that area betwixt and among it and the 800 moving average, which is over here to our bigger price target at $1.07. Can I get $1.07 out of you? Stacks. Hard to imagine for something that was hanging around 50 something cents, under 60 cents, and like, hey, I don't know if I want to touch that. And I'm like, hey man, this stuff, if you stake it, it pays you in Bitcoin. And it's like having a little Bitcoin miner. You just leave it there and just let it. So if you buy it cheap, you get a really good discount on a Bitcoin miner for you that just pays you in Bitcoin. And then you can actually sell this Bitcoin miner back, and you don't have to pay for electricity or nothing. It's cool. I'm really liking this one for what it is and what it does. Because I don't know about y'all, but it's hard to stack that Bitcoin. Unless you got a good steady stream of income and feeding it into Bitcoin, which is the secret of a lot of YouTubers, by the way, the crypto YouTubers. Or coming from a steady source to go in. It's hard. It's hard to multiply that Bitcoin because we haven't had the normal opportunity. We haven't had that altcoin season. That's traditionally what altcoin season would do. Would be the time when altcoins outperform Bitcoin, and therefore, hey man, I can double up my Bitcoin. I had 1 Bitcoin, now I have 2 or 3. That's the whole OG theme of altcoins from back in the day. That was the whole glorified acceptance of altcoins back there, is that you could use them, and that has not so far been very effective this cycle at all, and not as much effective last cycle either, in my personal opinion. Most of the real winners, in my personal opinion, held on mostly Bitcoin. It seems boomer, like, oh, you didn't make much of anything, but I mean, for holding the bulk of what you do, I mean, you can have an account to grow and make it as big as, player up with them altcoins, but keeping the majority of it in Bitcoin pays off. I mean, that's the smarter thing to do on spot. In my personal opinions, what are we doing over here, ladies and gentlemen? Still looking frisky. Art block. Let's tell you, ABT. I think this one's been moving, hasn't it? Let's see. Coinbase has got it. Oh, snap it! These were some. I think these were areas that it could come back to that we had, and it still can. Now, I'm not crazy about what she's. When we on the 4 hour, I'm not crazy about what it's doing right here just yet, because those have a tendency to kind of break down. If it does, it'd be coming back down to these trend lines. I do believe it can eventually come back to. I think it's kind of ranging right now, to be honest with you. But we've got this target right here at 99, and then one that's just a wee bit higher there at 160. Oh, here they are, 16, $1.16. A nicer, bigger breakout from this internal trend line or channel or the triangle, or however you want to look at it. That looks a wee bit. So that's a channel. It may not be the channel. There's going to be several different variations. It looks like it could go a little bit more horizontal to me. Meaning that this is going to be a nice little area. Yeah, that area that we got there, about $1.16. That's going to be some strong resistance for it right now. I got an arrow pointed over here, so I saw something that made me think that we have a more stronger likelihood to hit $1.36. So I'm gonna support me and my previous ideas and state that I think $1.36 could be hit. Yay, future me! Please don't suck. Ooh, that's bearish here on the daily where the 200 crossed over the. That's the devil line, the 666 moving average. It's not horrible, but it would spell we could range here for a minute and a little bit. The bigger ones though were cool. I mean, 800, 600, 300. We still got some range here. It looks like she might struggle for a little bit, just within, you know. I feel like I should take the number back, but 116 looks more like a more likely target to play. Let's take a look at Tau Bittensor. Oh, and slowly approaching 370. I've got 369 on that thing. Fibonacci says 370, 75. It's right there in that area. It's not about going to the penny or to the dollar exactly. It's about getting in that little cloudy zone right there, and just knowing that there's a big pocket. There's a pocket of resistance, and looks like it. We got some other areas of it. 392, 428 short-term price places with the possibility they start getting a little bit frisky for altcoins and over this next month. 542 maybe. Or a little higher there, so she's nice little trend right now. Cody Marshmallow says, quote of the night, price usually comes back to the scene of the crime, right where it broke out. It usually does it a lot of times. Sicario says, now I remember Rose Oasis we were going to look at last time. Haven't seen that one in a while. Binance, I think, was one of the first. Oh, wow, what's going on here? Bunch of fibs. Don't be fibbing to me. All right, so first of all, daily moving average. They just flipped bearish recently. It's not the end of the world, but it means we're going to have some work to do. Below $1, but you're at 2 cents right now, so that's actually a pretty cool place to come. Oh, below 10 cents, not $1, 10 cents. Let's zoom out a little bit. 200 moving average is coming in. We're at right around a little over 6 cents there. That's a nice target to be shooting for. That we'll start working toward that area. Now you'll continue to come down as long as price stays down in the current area. So. May come down to 5.5 cents, or test those areas, or it might make its way down through there. They kind of we want to see them join together and kiss is what we want to see, ladies and gentlemen. As disgusting as that is. All right. Oh my gosh, we said, what if we're going to be making another booby? How saggy is she going to get? You need a pasty. I'm sorry. I think they're purty myself. I'm just saying. La 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 la. Oh, I'm sorry. I got sidetracked there. I don't know. That's very It's very hypnotic. Cover those things, Bessie. You know we can't. Whoa. Okay. Oh, there's a chart back there. Oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like prices could be rising pretty soon, to be honest with you. All right. Anyway.
One dip turns to gold, now my wallet sings. Every crash I flip, every moon I cling. Come on now, stake it up, let it rise. Say, boy, this market's wild, no disguise.
Well, let me get that off of there. That looks too fancy. Oh, snap! That wasn't what I was trying to do. Let's try and get you off. There you go. She's definitely at a juicy area to be turning around. I think we've been looking at that area. I'm gonna mark you. There's an area below, but this is the one I'd actually be looking for it to try to do something at. So hopefully she's at her area to start recovering. It looks like she broke over a trend line. This is on the daily, by the way. So to me, this could be the very early stages of her trying to recover, and it could be, you know, it could be a bumpy recovery. I'm just gonna let you know. You could be making a little butt crack thingy thing over here too. And sometimes you'll see oh look, that looks a little butt cracky there, although that's a lower low one. Yeah, you can get some action like that as we kind of fill with these moving average areas. So the old Fibonacci, I think, is the best way to approach this little guy just from here. 14 cents where it was in November. Wow, it doesn't seem that long ago, does it? 48 or 4.8 cents, but this juicy area right through here. 8 and about 6.8 cents there. So 0.5 Fibonacci areas. Definitely want to put this little guy here. Because we want to see her come back and touch this one. Let us know you're still breathing, baby. Wow. And that's just right under a nickel. That's almost a 2x from where we are now. Probably about 70%, right? Yep, about 72% there. It's amazing. Sometimes you take a pull and like, hey man, that's only 4%. What the hell? And then you take one that's like 70%, 200%. You're just looking for price action, and so find the ones with the bigger percents. They look like they can actually hit them targets, man. And those are the nice plays to go with. This looks cool. Rose, actually. Huh. Let's see what our indicators say. What are you saying? Are you tired yet? They're getting a little tired right now. The weekly. Oh, no, weekly. The weekly MACD. She's showing some signs of happiness. She's been dipping into the gin bottle, I believe. Stochastics are still on their way up there. This one might be a nice one to just kind of nibble into, because I think you're going to have time to build a position in this. I mean, you know, I think over a couple of weeks you could catch some really good deals, whether it goes up through here to 3 cents or comes back and we try to make some kind of double bottom. We come back to 2, all through here, anywhere through here under 3 cents. I think it'd be a really good place to accumulate this, because she can make a comeback. And just to get back where she was last time in December at 14 cents, that's a pretty good comeback, man. Oh my God, I got a stiffy, right? Oh, it's a wishbone. It's a wishbone. I got a wishbone. Sorry. Wishbone. What'd I say? What'd I say? Anyway. MG Motorsports says, can you look at grass? Grass had a little bit of a pullback. Let's take a look at Bybit. Oh, you're in the We have an orange line and a yellow line here. I just saw something on the indicators there. What's that? That little green dot there looks interesting here. Market cipher. I like that. Look at the stochastics are starting to point up. That's good. We like stochastics when they're starting to go up. We like that green dot too. I mean, stochastics are just a range from 10, you know, from 0 to 100. It's just a scale, right? That's the only places we can go, from 0 to 100. You can be you can be a 0, or you can get the A plus whatever, A plus grade up there. And we're trying to move up there. So that looks promising here on the 4-hour progress. How promising? How far could you go, darling? I want to zoom out. Those lines are starting to bug me. Why are you there? Oh, we were looking at you with this? Well, this is what the volume profile says, 292. Let's put you a blue line there. That's a good little indicator. It may not nail everything perfectly, but it does a really good job. Sometimes it does. All right, these lines are just, they're just annoying me. I think these things were all the way back over here, so I don't know. I feel like it's been a minute since I've looked at this chart.
Yeah, I'm riding the wave. FOMO's my fuel, man, I'm digging my grave. Whales throw shade, but I dodge their play. Gas fees bite till I slay all day. Crypto's my hustle, I'm breaking the mold. Bull runs my stage, watch me glow so bold. Yeah, crypto glow, lighten up my soul. Rising high, I'm in control. Yeah. Through the dark, I'm shining gold. Bull run vibes, can't stop my roll. Crypto glow, 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 oh, oh, oh. Rogue pulls ghost and I'm laughing at fear. Flipped a coin, now my stack's in the clear. Market's a jungle.
I'm just gonna go from these two. Most local ones there. I got that other trend line, but I don't see that we're anywhere close to any of those to really matter. Still got a little bit more. Still got a little bit more ways to go to get really bullish. It needs to get above $2 before it's really on a more of a well. Technically, it's just got to get above this high over here to be more of a bullish trend. Locally, I mean, it looks like we had a little W pattern down here bottoming there, and came back and retested that little area. If we can zoom out on certain, maybe a 4-hour would show it better. I know that this one's a little bit bigger than the other one, but they're still cute and they still work just fine. How they put some pasties on them things. That is what that is, right? Oh, that was the wrong one. That was wrong. That was wrong. Maybe it's not that at all. Anyway. Yeah. You suck at drawing lines, man. So basically, you know, double bottom, and wow, that's a hell of a retest. It's like kept pounding on the door. Let me in, I know you're in there. I know you're in there. That got nasty. Look, shoulder, head and shoulder to the, what happened to the shoulder? Yeah, you shouldn't call it. Dumbass. Anyway, let's just take that little line. That's been nice, strong support, and I've got a red line there, so I'm pretty gosh darn sure that's a 236 Fibonacci area. Look, it repeated what it did over here. Actually, we made 4 nipples. Look at that. There's a nipple there, a nipple here, a nipple here. That's Bessie the cow. That's the old Bessie the cow with the nipple ring pattern right there. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you too can learn about the Bessie the cow nipple pattern. All you have to do is, oh gosh darn it, are you not working? You'd be a good place for a stream deck. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that it probably would be. I'm just, wow. Betsy? $2,499 per month. Credit card, Bitcoin, PayPal, however you want to do it. Oh my God. Yes, the shysters are after me. I need your money fast. Give it to me. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get it as fast as I can, guys. I'm showing my feet off. Oh, I'm so sorry you guys had to see that. That was a close call. Y'all did. You guys okay? Anyway, $2,499 per month. $2,499 a month. Support your turkey. Get your charts with you. My feet pointing toward the prize. It's worth every penny. Thank you for you guys in Dubai, you little freaks out there. You little, yeah. Hey. Back to the show. I can't chill all night, ladies and gentlemen. No places to dig turkey eyes fool ya. So we're just kind of going sideways, man. Sideways as she's trying to figure out what she's going to do, and it's a good chance we could get 219. I can see that. That could happen there. And I think you basically got an AB, you know, got a one-to-one move is what they technically would be. Take us right up there to that juicy little area. It's just taking her a while. She's been doing all this. It's accumulation, I believe. Probably gearing up, trying to do something a little bit more janky here. What can you tell me on the bigger time frames? I'll tell you this. I'll tell you a few days ago, it's been several, maybe, on a stack of maybe 3 days ago, you got that green dot. What does that mean? On the 3 day, you're trying to put a green dot as well, aren't you? What are you trying to say? I'm trying to say it looks like luck be with you. It looks like luck be with you in this coin. You just got to be a little patient and believe. You got to hold steady, lad. Hold the course. And $2.19, that golden price could be yours tomorrow. Or higher. Are you going to sell your soul? Oh my God, what is this turkey talking about? Hey guys, let's take a look at AIOZ. Is this AIOZ? AIOZ, AI by the ounce. You can buy them by the ounce now. Well, the kilo. Hey man. Look at that beautiful cup and handle to the upside. 90% chance that that blaze out. What are we? This has been so long since we looked at this particular chart here. Let's go here. We got some nice little look at it very different ways here. I like this one. If I can narrow it in. Where we got to break out and retest. I like the breakout and retest. You're kind of stiff on them. I don't know if I can. Ooh, that's I have to pay attention to you right there. So I like that we're doing some stuff like that. That's very, very cool. We'll see how you stack up. Maybe you hadn't made it to her juicy targets, and that's going to be back here about 49 cents. You trying though? You trying AIOZ? 45 cents. How did you know? We got 61 cents being the probably the juiciest target that we could probably get to and still kind of bounce. You know, you can kind of play with a little bit. You know, if I want to sell something I like, I can't do it all the time. I try to, want to, but I'd rather sell at a place where it's going to come back down lower and have the option. Hey man, I can buy more if I want to, cheaper. Or re-enter some trade or something like that along those ideas, rather than to sell it at an area where it keeps going and maybe higher than than retest that. I'd like to get them. And the moving averages suggest kind of pretty loudly at the present moment that, hey, I could be that such place that you are looking for, my friend. Here at 61 cents. Give me a try. Hold up for me, baby. I will reward you. More with what? I will double your pleasure. Oh my God. Or at least give you 88% of it after taxes and, whatnot, all that, health checks, There we go. 61 cents, 62 cents. I like that for a longer term play. Until then, I got 45 cents here for AIOZ. Could be a nice little place if you don't mind buying the place is lower than where it was before, taking that little chance. Look, is that a shoulder head? Oh my God. Is this a turkey? Is that a wing? Drumstick wing? Look, it's a wing, drumstick wing. These one, ladies and gentlemen, is very interesting here. What is all this mess here? Let's not look at the mess. It is a mess. Let's find a different chart. Come, charts. Tell me. Give me something clean. This little fucker right here. This is our weave. One of the most disappointing plays because it was up to like $50 and now it's like at $6, and that's giving it a hands up because it was down to like, you know, 4 something. Thinking this thing was going to die. Felt like it was going to die. You're kind of, didn't you have something, you know, an agreement with Solana to be how they store data or something? You know, that's probably changed. I'm surprised that you came down here so far. Are we? Makes me want to poke around and see what your tokenomics, remind myself of your tokenomics, are we? It's a $435 million market cap. 65 million is the supply. And its storage, most of it is unlocked. So now we're going by what it's really is market value, I guess, because there's not as, you know, there's not as much for them to, for the developers to feel like, I need to pump it up, and they probably don't even give a crap about it anymore. I don't know. But she said she's got what, 16% mining or rewards, is that right? Allocation, no, 16% is in there for mining rewards. Anyway, blah blah blah. Decentralized storage network that seeks to offer a platform for the infinite storage of data. So, I mean, it's a really cool project. Therefore why I wanted to get in on it, and now you're like, why am I in on you? Because you've just been a really disappointment since, well, forever. For anybody that got into this back when it was these prices before, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna add to my bag, even when it's going, I don't care if it's $10, I know I can do a lot more. If you didn't take enough profits or do the right things, and you're coming back and say, oh man, this kind of sucks, or not take enough profits. Hello. Actually, I've been playing a moon bag, but it's been, you know, I've been trying to grow this moon bag, but instead, with small margin, but instead the market just wants to come down here. So now if she turns around, then it's mission grow moon bag. When the market goes with us, I can put those plays into action. But gosh darn it, from $28 down to where we are now. And where do I need to see you go? $10? So why are we not getting a line there? There's our line. To 1382 are the prices I'm going to have my eye on. Locally here, that's just on the 12-hour time frame. So we're at 665, and I would dare to say, nice little bottom right there you got there. Oh, I'm sorry, that's an Adam and Steve. I didn't mean to interrupt you, fellas. Why's your hand in his pocket? John, you're supposed to ignore that. All right, so Adam and Steve over here, double bottom. There should be well past their little measure move, but so we can fluctuate through here and whatnot. Short-term time frames is 822, 919. That would be the hopeful targets. Otherwise, 685 looks to be a little bit of a rejection area. Are we? Guys, it is 109, 110. That's kind of long enough for a show, I believe. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. We looked at a lot of altcoins. A lot of things seem to be wanting to go. I think there'll be a little setup for the weekend. What I really like, I think what we should do is take a look at others to get a feel for what that might be as we go into Friday. And it does look like we might get a little bit of a bullish run to trying to test some things out. Let me So I think we could be seeing still a nice little push up on some of these altcoins. I wouldn't get too crazy or feel like you missed out on much of anything though, because we can janky. I mean, what goes up is going to give back a lot of it. So as this happens, I mean, my strategy, or what I'm trying to do as much as I can, is take profits on the way that these things come up. And it may be tricky with some. I mean, you got things like SWE that we were looking at tonight, right? That's kind of, wow, what the hell happened to you, SWE? How high are you going to go? And we're still looking at, you know, up to $3.54, just right under $4. And just eventually, she's got to start coming. She's going to have to come back to these areas. But they might have some rocket fuel to burn over the next few days, according to some of these charts. And whether a lot of it's going to be manipulated, it might be. It could be manipulated, and instead of everybody will get bullish, and I'm sure call for altcoin seasons or whatnot. It doesn't make sense with the other things that we see that would be authentic at this time. But it looks like a great opportunity to extract a lot of money from people if we can make them think that, hey, that's all good. And I just know that you're going to start hearing some stuff like that. You are, and I think it's just be cautious about that, because what we're really looking for is just to get our higher high end, and maybe we're rambunctious enough to go back to 100,000 and get that one. Maybe that was our other option. It could be any of these little areas in between. But that actually would be one of the coolest ones to go get if we can do that. That would get everybody enticed in, and then we come back down for a nice, nasty little retest. Likely, maybe. That will be the nice one to be focusing on to buy, in my opinion. Some people think we're getting ready to go down now, and so far, I mean, I still think we got a little bit more gas in the tank. Especially that 100. Are you turning? Are you turning around on it? Are you doing a U-turn? Helen? Keep our eyes on that. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. 26 people. If you don't mind, if you haven't already.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
That's Elvis. Only here on the Road Dog Crypto channel. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Good luck on the altcoins. We'll be checking in. They're setting us up for Fridays. They like to do that. Get us bullish on Fridays. Leave us there. Don't, be cautious. Be cautious. They may still carry the bullishness on into the weekend, as they're pretty good at sucking some money out of us. But if we get playing right, we can take advantage of that. Maybe there are some good trade setups there that we can find. Trade short-term, perpetual futures, and look at some of those ideas, things that may be getting ready to break out or go up. But anything that's already kind of up there, hey, this, things kind of roll over. The people that will be taking profit there are looking, and then they'll come find something else to pump up. Try not to chase too much. Just be careful. We'll see you tomorrow. Shakara! What'd that turkey say?
Mean coins hit fast, scams in they gleam. Buy my trash, they blast. Tore my dream. Lost my last dime, rent's knocking my door. Lights out in time, scam shook my core. News lit 'em up, jails their new stay. Flip to sat to shine, bull runs my play. Yeah, when the charts crash low and the scammers glow, ooh, you've got my back, my crypto umbrella. smirk, girl, your stack's my game. Pumped as junk, then jerk, left me in shame. FOMO's cruelties drained my last dime. Gas fee squeeze, stalled my climb. But I held tight, flipped a dip to glow. Sats in my sight, turned the scam to woe. Market's my pulse, coins my shield of grace. Bull runs my force, scammers lose their place. Yeah, when the charts crash low and the scammers glow, you've got my back, my crypto brella. When the bears run wild and the pumps subside, I'm your ride, your crypto brella. Brella, 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 crypto brella, 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 crypto brella, Oh, I sank deep, felt the scam's cruel rain. Ooh yeah, now I stack sweet, bull runs my refrain.